Spanglish, according to dictionary.com, is Spanish spoken with a large mixture of English, especially American words and expressions. It is commonly spoken in U.S. Hispanic communities. Hispanics in South Florida, and I include myself since I am Mexican and I've been living in Miami for 3 years, speak Spanglish every day whether we like it or not. It is part of our vocabulary. But is this killing the Spanish and the English language? Is Spanglish a language evolution that should be embraced or corrected? I asked a few Hispanic students their opinion about Spanglish. These are their answers.
Spanglish. Spanglish. Spanglish.
Spanglish.
Spanglish. Spanglish.
Not really. I don't agree with Spanglish because, in my opinion, we have to keep both languages. We have to understand that English is English and Spanish is Spanish. Because we speak both languages, it doesn't give us the right to automatically change them and create a new language from both of them.
I don't like to mix it. You're either in Spanish or in English, you know. So there's a word for every. There's a word in every language for what you need to say. So you just need to. Sometimes you don't have it, but you need to find it.
Right.
Because if you don't do that, and if you substitute words in English for words in Spanish, you start forgetting. So.
Yes, definitely. I think it corrupts the language, and I think, yes, it should be eliminated. Again, people should decide on which language they want to speak to, and I believe it's also dangerous because, upcoming generations are growing up with this confusion, this mixture of languages, and they're definitely, using it more than they should be. I don't think it's right.
I do. I think it's like the easy way to answer. Like if you miss a word and you know that the audience can understand the other language, you just say it in Spanish or English. But I do think that it corrupts the language.
I think it is possible, but I don't think it's easy. I have a nephew who's 13 years old and he's been living here since he's 2. And he speaks Spanish perfectly, he speaks English more than perfectly, but I see it in him that it's very difficult for him to try to not fuse them together.
I hate that. Oh, I hate those radio stations. Like, there's one, I think it's called El Sol or La Mega or something like that, and then they're talking and they speak in Spanish all the time, but then they go full segments of like just English. And then there's like little Spanish words here and there. It's so annoying. I hate it. I don't like it. It's either all English or all Spanish. So, yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think they're actually doing the wrong thing. I think they are embracing a language that doesn't even exist. I think it's not orthodox. I think it's not professional. I actually come across a lot of radio stations, most of them Spanish-speaking stations, that like to use Spanglish. And it makes me mad.
I've tried. It's very hard. I speak Spanish perfectly and I speak English okay, I believe. But it's hard. It's hard because in a way, it's easier to say some things in English, or when you're talking to your friends, when we're talking, there's some things that they just come out in English, and there's some things that come out in Spanish. But it's not like we can't control. We can actually stick to Spanish or stick to English. It's just up to us to try to leave our comfort zone for a little bit and try to, I don't know, to just stick to one of them. We can't mix them. If we can't criticize future generations if we don't show them the example. So.